Good morning, children. In our day to day life, we sometimes come across such people who talk about themselves only and are generally bothered about their own self. Children, such people are called as selfish or self centered. A self centered person is only concerned with himself and his own selfish needs. Self centered people tend to ignore the needs of others. They don't make an effort to understand others' thoughts and feelings. They never accept others' suggestion or advice also. Such people always try to find fault in others only. So, they remain alone and lonely most of the time. Self centered people don't come out of their comfort zone to try something new. Such kind of people often miss small pleasures or happiness of life. So, children, today we are going to read the story of one such self centered peacock whose name was Mayur in lesson 2. Children, we all know that peacock is a beautiful bird with beautiful feathers. We often see peacock dancing with all its feathers open. In Hindi, a peacock is called as a Moor or Mayur. So, children, let's start the lesson. Mayur was a peacock. He lived in Pakshi Vihar, but he kept to himself most of the time. He thought of his looks all day. He never got tired of admiring his beautiful plumage. So, children, like we all stay in different localities and societies with different names, similarly, Mayur used to live in a locality called as Pakshi Vihar, where other birds also used to live with him. Mayur kept to himself most of the time. Now, children, kept to himself is a phrase which means to remain alone and not mix with people around. Children, like we generally mix with our neighbors, we are friendly with them, and we all meet in the evening in the park, we play and have good times with each other. But Mayur was not like that. Mayur kept to himself most of the time. He didn't like to mix with them. Children, if we don't speak to anybody, then we often tend to get bored. But Mayur never used to get bored. All day he used to think about himself and his looks. He never used to get tired of admiring or appreciating his beautiful plumage. Children, plumage means feathers. Its color, pattern, arrangement, all together it is called as plumage. Let's move on. Once he had noticed a tourist combing her hair, and he had loved the idea of maintaining his plumage all the time. Thus, he had made a comb with a few sticks and carried it everywhere he went. He used it so often that it had almost become toothless now. He sometimes wished he had a mirror to admire himself in, but then he reasoned to himself that at least he could see himself in the clear water of the pond. So, children, once Mayur the peacock saw a tourist combing her hair. Now, children, who is a tourist? A tourist is a person who visits places. Like if I go to Manali or Shimla to see the beauty of nature in that part, I'll be called as a tourist. So Mayur once noticed a tourist setting her hair using a comb. So he got this idea of keeping his plumage in a good condition using a comb. So what did he do after that? He joined a few sticks and made a comb for himself, which he used to carry everywhere. Wherever he used to go, he used to carry that comb. Now, as Mayur was very conscious of his looks and he wanted to look attractive all the time, so very frequently he used to comb his plumage. And due to this frequent combing, his comb became toothless. At times, Mayur even thought of having a mirror so that he can appreciate his beauty. But since he did not have a mirror, he satisfied himself with the thought that what if I don't have a mirror? I can always admire my beauty in the reflection in the clear water of the pond. Let's move on to the third paragraph. Every day he strutted down to the pond, opened his tail wide, and gazed at himself. What a beautiful bird I am! He would exclaim. Then he would take out his comb and start preening again. The other birds were tired of asking him to join them in their games. So, children, this was the routine for Mayur, that he strutted down to the pond every day. Children, strutted is the past form of strut, which means To walk in an arrogant manner or extremely proud way, with one's back straight and head up, especially when one wants to show off that, see, this is me, in a proud way. So, as Mayur was aware that he was very beautiful and attractive, so he used to strut down to the pond daily to have a look at himself in the water of the pond. And he used to shout in joy. Children, here there is a word exclaim. It means to shout in joy or excitement. So he used to shout that what a beautiful bird I am. And then he used to preen himself with the comb. Now children, what is preening? It means to clean the feathers with the beak. You all must have observed how birds clean their feathers, moving their beaks up and down. So this is called as preening. As Mayur had a comb for himself, so he used to preen himself using the comb. Now children, as there were many other birds who used to live in Pakshi Vihar, they often used to ask Mayur to join them in their games. But Mayur never used to join them. He simply used to refuse. So now, as the other birds were tired of asking him to join in their games again and every time Mayur used to refuse to join them, they actually stopped asking him only to join their games. Let's move on to the next paragraph. Hansa the handsome heron called out to him one day and said, "Shut your tail and play water polo with us." "No, thank you," said Mayur. "My feathers will get wet and smelly." He then continued to comb his hair. Now children, in this paragraph there are two shaded words, handsome and water polo. Children, handsome means good looking. But children, this adjective is used only with masculine gender. So we can use this word handsome only for men and boys. It is not used for females or girls. So handsome is the word for good looking. And then there is a word water polo. Water polo, children, it is a game which is played in water with a ball. So children, there was a handsome heron whose name was Hansa. Children, heron is also a bird which is very good looking and attractive. So this heron's name was Hansa. He was very good looking and attractive, but he was not a self-centered one as Mayur. So Hansa called out to Mayur and asked him to shut his tail and play water polo with them, to which Mayur bluntly refused, saying that his feathers will get wet and smelly. Children, like when we get wet, we dry ourselves using towels, but birds do not have towels to dry themselves. So their feathers tend to get smelly at times. As Mayur was aware of this problem, so that is why he refused to play water polo in order to keep his plumage in good condition. After refusing, he continued combing his hairs using the comb. Let's move on to the next paragraph. Another time, a brood of ducklings begged Mayur to be their goalkeeper, till the time their original goalkeeper, the duck, arrived. At first, Mayur was shocked at such a suggestion, but the ducklings begged him to play with them, so he agreed reluctantly. He didn't like his job though. Each time the ball hit his tail, it flattened his feathers. He left the goal wide open every time and rushed to the pond to see how badly his feathers had been damaged. He brushed his feathers all afternoon, till they shone again. "I look smarter than ever," he thought to himself. So children, a brood of ducklings once came to Mayur. Children, ducklings are small babies of duck, and brood is the collective noun which is used for a group of ducklings. Like, for example, a group of players is called as a team, a group of cows is called as a herd, a group of lions is called as a pride. Similarly, a group of small ducklings is called as a brood. So one day, a brood of ducklings came to Mayur and begged him, or you can say requested him, to become their goalkeeper, just for the time being, till their original goalkeeper, who was a duck, was not there. And once the duck arrives, Mayur can lead the game. So this is what ducklings pleaded to Mayur, to which Mayur couldn't refuse, and unwillingly he agreed. Children, there is a word reluctantly. It means unwillingly or not wanting to do something. So, although Mayur was shocked after hearing that the brood of ducklings wanted him to become their goalkeeper, but since they were pleading a lot, Mayur agreed reluctantly. Now, as Mayur was the goalkeeper, the ball would every time come and hit Mayur and would flatten his feathers. Children, what is the meaning of flattened? To make it flat. So his bouncy and fluffy feathers were becoming flat. Now, as Mayur was extremely conscious about his looks and feathers, in between the game, he used to leave the goal wide open and rush to the pond to see how much the ball had damaged his feathers. After the game, whole afternoon, he kept on brushing his feathers with the comb till they started shining again. And when he was satisfied with the appearance, he shouted again in sheer joy that I look smarter than ever. Let's move on to the next paragraph. All the other birds were tired of his behavior. They could never make Mayur join in any of their games. So now all the other birds were fed up of Mayur's behavior that he never used to play any game with seriousness. All the time he used to be worried about his looks only. So then they stopped asking Mayur to join their games. Let's move on. One morning, Mayur woke up with the first rays of the sun. He made a dash for the pond as usual to admire himself in the crystal clear water. So, children, as the sun rises, we start hearing the chirping of birds. They get up, leave their nest, and start their day. So, similarly, Mayur was also a bird. He got up, and as usual, he made a dash for the pond. Now, children, here, made a dash is a phrase which means ran quickly towards something. So, Mayur ran quickly towards the pond to admire or appreciate his beauty in the reflection in the crystal clear water of the pond. Let's move on to the next page. However, something unexpected happened. Somebody had eaten a banana and had accidentally thrown away the banana peel on the ground. Mayu slipped on the banana peel and fell down. He slid right down the bank into the pond with a big splash. So, children, as Mayur was in a hurry to reach the pond, he couldn't notice the banana peel which was lying on the ground. Now, children, do we eat things and throw the leftovers here and there? No, but somebody had eaten a banana and thrown its peel on the ground, which out of his haste, Mayur didn't notice and accidentally stepped on it. Children, accidentally means by chance. So, Mayur by chance stepped on the banana peel. What happened after that? Mayur slipped and lost his balance. He slid with such a speed that he landed into the pond with a big splash. Let's read further. All the other birds watched in silence, wondering how Mayur would react. To their astonishment, instead of being angry, Mayur was actually enjoying the water. That banana skin slide was fantastic. I never knew I could whiz so fast. This water feels wonderful. I must take a dip more often. So, children, as the other birds were aware about how much Mayur was conscious about his beauty, so they were puzzled and silently watched the reaction of Mayur. In their mind, they all were thinking that now Mayur will be very angry when he comes out of the water. But to their surprise, Mayur behaved in a very different way. Children, there is a word astonishment here. It means surprise. When something unexpected happens, we get astonished or surprised. So all the other birds were astonished, or you can say they were surprised to see the reaction of Mayur. Instead of getting angry, Mayur was actually enjoying the water. He was splashing in the water. Children, we all love to play in water, and at times we don't feel like coming out of the water only. But as Mayur was extremely conscious about his feathers that they will get wet, they will get smelly and dirty also, so that is why he had never experienced playing in water. But once he slid into the water, he actually enjoyed the entire experience of playing in the water. He also loved the way he whizzed, or you can say the way he moved quickly by stepping on the banana peel. Children, whiz means to move quickly with a whistling or buzzing sound, like the way bees fly with a buzzing sound. That is called as whizzing. Let's read further. The other birds could hardly believe their ears. What about your tail, Mayur? The heron asked. But Mayur wasn't listening. He was busy splashing around in the water. As he was playing, Mayur realized his foolishness. He decided to stop thinking about his looks so much and start playing and enjoying like other birds. All the other birds were very happy. At last, Mayur had stopped thinking about his appearance. He had realized the fun in enjoying the simple pleasures of life. He now played with other birds and had a lot of fun. So, children, the way Mayur was enjoying in the water, the other birds kept watching him in disbelief. They couldn't believe what they were seeing and hearing. Mayur was so much busy having fun in the water that he didn't even hear Heron when he asked him about his tail. So, children, these small experiences fill our life with joy and happiness, which now Mayur had realized, and hence he changed his behavior and decided to mix with other fellow birds. He decided to play with them and having fun with them. So, children, every story teaches us something. What do we learn from this story? From this story, we learn that real fun of life is enjoying the small little things of life. We also learn that our outer appearance doesn't matter. Our inner self should be beautiful. God has already made us beautiful children. Only the thing is, how can we enhance this beauty? Children, we can enhance this beauty by not feeling greedy and selfish. We should always try to mix with other people, be of their help, and try to understand their feelings and thoughts. So, children, in this way, the reading and explanation of this chapter is done. Before we move on to the book exercises, I request all my students to subscribe the channel and press the bell button for further notifications. Let's move on to the book exercises. Question number A. Answer the following questions briefly. Question number 1. How did Mayur spend all his time? Answer. Mayur kept to himself most of the time. He always admired his beautiful plumage. Question number 2. What had Mayur made? What did he use it for? Answer. Mayur had made a comb with a few sticks. He used it for combing his plumage to look beautiful and attractive all the time. Question number 3. How did the other birds feel about Mayur? Answer. The other birds were tired of Mayur's proud behavior. They could never make Mayur join in any of their games. Question number 4. What did Hansa ask Mayur to do? Answer. Hansa asked Mayur to shut his tail and play water polo with them. Question number 5. Was Mayur a good goalkeeper? Why or why not? Answer. Mayur was not a good goalkeeper because he was not at all interested in the game. He used to leave the goal wide open every time and rush to the pond to check how badly his feathers were damaged by the ball. Question number 6. What happened when Mayur slipped on the banana skin? Answer. When Mayur slipped on the banana skin, he fell down and slid into the pond with a big splash. Let's move on to question number B. Rearrange the following sentences in correct order of the events as they happened in the story. So, children, here we have 10 sentences, but they are not arranged in chronological order. It means that they are not arranged in the correct order of the events that had happened in the story. So, children, we have to rearrange these sentences according to their happenings in the story. Children, first you have to read all the sentences and then we will be able to decide which event happened first. So, after reading all the 10 sentences, we will come to know that 7th sentence will be our first sentence. Mayur, a peacock, lived in Pakshi Vihar. This is our first sentence. Second sentence will be the second one only. He was very proud of his beautiful plumage. Third sentence will be the fourth one. He kept on admiring his looks throughout the day. Fourth sentence will be our ninth one. The other birds were tired of asking Mayur to join in their games. Our fifth sentence will be the first one. Mayur refused to play any games with the other birds. Our sixth sentence will be the third one. One morning, Mayur rushed to the river to admire himself. This is our sixth sentence. The sixth sentence which is given over here will be our seventh one. He slipped on a banana peel and fell into the water. This is our seventh sentence. Children, our eighth sentence is the eighth sentence only. The other birds were surprised to see Mayur enjoying in the water instead of being angry. Children, the 10th sentence which is given over here is our ninth one. Mayur realized his foolishness and decided to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. The 10th sentence is the fifth one. He played with other birds and had a lot of fun. So children, in this way, we have arranged all these 10 sentences in the chronological order. Let's move on to question number C. Find words from the story that have similar meanings as the following. So children, in this question, we need to find synonyms, that is the same meaning words from the story. So the first one is pretty and attractive. So one word which is similar in meaning to pretty and attractive is beautiful. Mayur had beautiful plumage. Second one is watched. So the synonym for watched will be gazed. Mayur used to open his tail wide and gazed at himself. Third word is unwillingly. So the synonym of unwillingly will be reluctantly, not wanting to do something. So Mayur agreed reluctantly to play with the ducklings. Fourth word is amazement. So the similar meaning word for amazement will be astonishment. To everyone's astonishment, Mayur enjoyed splashing in the water. Let's move on to the next page. Language structure. Compound nouns. Now children, what are compound nouns? Let's find out. Compound nouns are the nouns that are made up of two or more words. These words may or may not include space or a hyphen between them. For example, keyboard, son-in-law, and hot dog. See children, these are three examples of compound nouns where you can observe that in the first example there is no space or hyphen. In the second one, there are two hyphens. And in the third one, there is no hyphen but there is a space. So children, compound words are generally made up of two different altogether words. And when they join together, they make a word with different meaning. For example, keyboard. Now key is used to open the lock and board is any long thin flat piece of wood. But when we join key and board, it becomes a keyboard, which is a part in the computer system with which we enter the words in the computer. Similarly, son-in-law. Boys are son to their mothers. In is a prepositional word and law means by rule. So son-in-law, they are not real son to their mothers. They are son by law. Next word is hot dog. Hot means very warm and dog is an animal. But hot dog is a kind of food item which we all love to eat. So children, these are three examples of compound nouns. Now children, generally where prepositional words like in, up, out, by, such kind of words are written along with the main word, then in that case we generally add a hyphen. Hyphen is a small dash in between the two words. Now based on this information we will do question number A. Circle the correct compound nouns. So children, here we'll come to know which is the correct way of writing these below given compound nouns. The first one is full moon. Now first example is full space moon and the second one is full moon. So the correct way of writing full moon is the first one, full space moon. Second one is check-in. So the correct way of writing checking is the second one, check hyphen in. Now children, whenever the prepositional words are there like in, up, out, by, if it is written along with the main word, then we generally add a hyphen. So here in is a prepositional word, so we will write a hyphen or you can say dash between the two words. Third is swimming pool. Swimming space pool is the correct way of writing swimming pool, the first one. Fourth, haircut. In haircut, both the words hair and cut are written together without any space. So first way of writing haircut is the correct one. Fifth, dry cleaning. Children, here we will put a dash between dry and cleaning. So the first way of writing dry dash cleaning is the correct way of writing dry cleaning. Sixth, airport. In airport, both the words air and port are written together without any space between them. So the first way of writing airport is the correct one. Seventh, seafood. Children, seafood is also written together without any space or hyphen between them. Eighth word is runner-up. Now children, here you can see two words runner and up are written. Up is a prepositional word. So here we will put a hyphen between runner and up. Ninth, dining room. So here we will put a space between dining and room. So the first way of writing dining room is the correct way. 10th, handbag. Now children, hand and bag are two different words, but whenever we are writing handbag, it will be written together. So the first way of writing handbag is the correct one. Let's move on to plural forms of compound nouns. Compound nouns generally form their plurals by adding s to the main word or last word. Now children, generally to convert any singular noun into a plural noun, we add s in the end. Like bag will become bags, key will become keys, toy will become toys. Similarly, here also we will add s to the noun in the compound word to convert it into plural form. For example, see the first one, main word, passerby. Now here in this compound word, passer is the main noun. Passer is the one who pass. So here we will add s to passer only, not to by. So passers by. Next is son-in-law. In son-in-law, son is the noun. So here we will add s to son to convert it into the plural form. So it will become sons-in-law. Blackboard. Now in blackboard, black is adjective and board is the noun. So we will add s to the board to convert it into its plural form. So blackboard will become blackboards. Now children, second case is that one when the compound word doesn't have a noun. For example, grown up. Now in grown up, there is no noun. So in such case, we will write s in the end. So it will become grown ups. Now based on this information, let us try to do question number B. Fill in the blanks with the correct plural forms of the compound nouns from the brackets. Now children, here two options of the compound nouns are given. We have to choose the correct option of the compound noun to fill in the blank. Let's try to do question number 1. Hari has bought two dash toolboxes or tools box. So children, here the main noun is box. So here the correct option will be toolboxes. Hari has bought two toolboxes. Second, put 4 dash of sugar into the glass. Spoonsful or spoonfuls. Now children, in spoon and full, the main noun is spoon. So we will add s to the spoon. So put 4 spoons full of sugar into the glass. So first option will be the correct one. Third, their dash are not joining the party tonight. Mother-in-laws or mothers-in-law. Now children, again the same concept we will use over here. In this option, mother is the main noun. So s will be added to mother to convert it into its plural form. So their mothers-in-law are not joining the party tonight. Fourth, Priya advised me to get off after 2 dash. Buses stop or bus stops. Children, here although bus is the main noun, but more stress is on the stop, the place where the bus will stop. So to convert bus stop into its plural form, we will add s to the stop. So bus stop will become bus stops. Priya advised me to get off after 2 bus stops. Fifth, I love watching dash on warm summer nights. Fireflies or fires fly. Now children, here fire and flies are two different words in which we are stressing more on flies. So here we will write fireflies. This will be our correct option. I love watching fireflies on warm summer nights. Next is grammarly, possessive nouns. A possessive noun shows ownership. That is, it names who or what belongs to something or someone. So children, a possessive noun is a noun that possesses something. That is, it has something. Children, in most cases, a possessive noun is formed by adding an apostrophe and after that, s to the noun. For example, the baby's toy. Now here the toy belongs to baby. Baby is a singular noun. So after baby, we will put an apostrophe and then we will write s. So this apostrophe and s in baby will show that toy belongs to this baby. Second is my friend's cap. Now this cap belongs to my friend. It is not mine. It is of my friend. So in this case, to show the possession, because friend is a singular noun, after friend we will add apostrophe and s. This will show possession. Similarly, some more examples of possession in which a singular noun is there are Jim's rule, house's roof, jam's ingredient, laundry's smell, lawyer's fees, marble's shape. These are some of the examples in which, to show the possession, we have added apostrophe s in case of a singular noun. Now the other case is when a plural noun ends in s. In that case, we just have to add apostrophe at the end of the noun to show its ownership. For example, the bird's nests. So all these nests belong to birds. Birds itself is written in the plural form. So here, to show the ownership or possession, we will just add apostrophe. Second, the tree's leaves. Now all these leaves belongs to trees. So here again trees is already written in the plural form. So to show the possession, we will just add apostrophe. Some more examples to show possessions in case of plural nouns are the juice's flavor, kite's altitudes, lemon's acidity, member's votes, nut's saltness, owl's eyes. Now children, here juices, kites, lemons, members, nuts, owls, these are already given in their plural form. So to show the possession, we will just add apostrophe at the end of s. Now children, there is one more condition where the plural form of the noun doesn't end in s. Like children, people, cattle. They all are plural form. But in that case, how can we show the possession? Children, in that case, we'll show the possession by writing apostrophe and then s as we wrote for the singular form of the noun. Some examples are cattle's pasture, geese's eggs, women's clothes, children's toys, mice's traps, people's ideas, feet's toenails. Now children, here cattle, geese, women, children, mice, people, feet, they are already in the plural form. So that is why to show the possession in this case, we will add apostrophe and then we will write s. Now children, based on this information, let us do question number A of Grammarly. Write the possessive nouns for the following. Question number 1. The axe of the woodcutter. Children, woodcutter is the person who cuts the wood and axe is the tool with which he cuts the wood. So here there is only one woodcutter. So to show the possession, we will just add apostrophe s to the woodcutter. So the sentence will become the woodcutter's axe. Second, the wands of the fairies. Now there are many fairies. So here we will just add apostrophe after s because this fairies word is ending with s. So whenever any plural form is there and it is ending with s, then we just add apostrophe in the end to show the possession. So it will become the fairies' wands. Wands is that stick with which the fairies do the magic. So the fairies' wands. Third, the shoes of the boys. Now here there are many boys and this plural form is ending with s. Now again, for showing the possession, we'll just add apostrophe at the end of s of boys. So the sentence will become the boys' shoes. Fourth, the ring of the queen. Now how many queens are there? Only one queen. So to show the possession, we will just add apostrophe s. So it will become the queen's ring. Fifth, the pages of the book. How many books are there? Only one book. So to show the possession, we will add apostrophe s to the book. The book's pages. Sixth, the balloons of the babies. Now here many babies are there and this plural form of baby is ending in s. So we will just add apostrophe after s. So it will become the baby's balloons. Let's move on to collective nouns. Collective nouns are nouns that indicate a collection or a group of animals, persons or things. For example, a collection of puppies is called a litter. A group of cows is called as a herd. So similarly children, the names of some animals are given in question number B. On the left hand side, we have to match them with their appropriate collective nouns. First one is horses. Children, a group of horses is called as a team. A group of players is also called as a team. Dogs, a group of dogs is called as a pack. Sparrows, a group of sparrows is called as a host. Oxen, yoke. The collective noun for oxen is yoke. Bees, the collective noun for bees is hive. Next is zebras. The collective noun for zebras is zeal. After that, gorillas. The collective noun for gorillas is band. Next is chickens. A group of chickens is called as brood. Ninth, dolphins. The collective noun for dolphins is school. 10th is baboons. The collective noun for baboons is troop. Let's move on to listen and tell. Listen carefully and complete the following sentences. Now children, there is a paragraph which is given on page number 111. I'll read that paragraph and based on that, we will do this activity. I have lot of friends. We all have different interests. Let me tell you what each one of us is doing at this moment. Harmeet is running. Ritika is dancing. Sunil, Mohan and Raghav are playing cricket. Parul is walking with her father. I am reading a book along with Rahul. So children, based on the information which is given in this small paragraph, you all will do this activity by yourself. Let's move on to the next page. Be creative. Write a story with the help of clues given under each picture. Suggest a suitable title. Now children, here some pictures are given and we have to make a story. Now children, I believe all of you must have heard or read this interesting story. So here you can see a donkey is there who is wearing a tiger skin and then other animals are running away from him. So let's try to make a story. Once a donkey named Donu found a tiger skin. After seeing the skin, Donu got an idea. He made a plan to fool the other animals. He put the tiger skin on his body. After wearing the tiger skin, Donu looked like a tiger. All the other animals got scared and ran away from him. They thought it was a tiger. Now one night, when Donu was grazing in the field, he heard the braying of other donkeys. Donu couldn't stop himself and started braying as well. Children, the sound of the donkeys is called as braying. When other animals heard him braying, they all realized that it was Donu only under the skin of the tiger. They all said to him, Donu, even though you are wearing a tiger skin, still you are a donkey only. Children, let's give this story a title. One title which I can suggest is The Donkey in a Tiger Skin. Children, you can give your own title also and try to form this story in your own words after seeing the pictures which are given in the book. Now children, as we have given a title to the story, so we'll tell the moral of the story as well. So the moral of the story is, do not pretend to be what you are not. Pretend means to show in a particular way. So always try to be yourself and we should not try to pretend what we are not. Next is talk time. Sometimes it takes an embarrassing situation or a funny incident to make us realize our foolishness or stupidity. The story of Mayur, the peacock, was a good example of that. Imagine that something similar happened with you. Tell your friends about this funny incident. You may narrate by using the following guidelines. What had happened? Who was with you? Where did it happen? How did you get out of the situation? So children, this is an interesting activity which can be conducted in the class. Children, in this activity, you have to narrate any embarrassing situation or funny incident which happened with you. Children, embarrassing situation means any situation in which you felt very uncomfortable or shy in front of others. So this activity can be conducted in the classroom in the presence of your class teacher. Children, in this way the explanation of this entire chapter is done. Hope you learned something new in today's class. If you liked the video, do give a thumbs up. And in case you have any doubt related to this chapter, write the same in the comment box. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Children, I'd like to know your name, school's name and the city in which you live. Do write the same in the comment section. All the best, children.